Hey everybody, I'm Amber.
And I'm Maddie.
And we're Witches Talking Tarot. And today we are talking all about the magic of eggs. Yes, that wonderful round tasty treat that
Expensive.
is good for prosperity. I mean, it didn't used to be, but
It
now...
wasn't. They used to be cheap, but
right?
damn.
But now we're putting it in the prosperity, and for many reasons that we'll get to later, because there's so much excellent stuff to cover. So, I think the first thing I want to talk about is egg cleansings, because
Right.
I don't think that is something that everybody knows about, but it's Slavic in origin, and actually it comes from Mesopotamia before it was Slavic in origin, but in the not new paganism, because it's the old paganism, the old
Right.
world, but post Mesopotamia,
Uh-huh.
it came from the Slavic countries, and we all know that Amber loves to talk about that Slavic shit.
And I know it's used in
Yes,
Santeria
which
as well.
again, thank you guys for listening. Over half of the Slavic nations listen to us.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Like, maybe not regularly, but they've checked us out. Yeah, it's used in a lot of different, so I can totally see it in Santeria. Like, eggs and magic are used worldwide. Like, absolutely. Do they do specifically egg cleansings in Santeria?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Like straight rubbing it all over yourself. That
Right.
is Santeria all over it.
Yeah. It's a delightful cleanse. You bless the egg first with holy water and incense, and then you cleanse yourself spiritually while physically rubbing the egg on you. And if the egg breaks while you're doing the cleansing, it's because it took so much shit out of you that the shell couldn't contain it anymore.
Really? It's
Yeah.
like a vacuum.
Yeah, it is. It really is, because then you can do divination with it.
Right,
We have
right,
done
right.
ourselves. Yeah. You use a crystal glass with holy water in it. You break your egg after your cleansing in there. You let it sit for 30 minutes, and then you read what the egg is telling you about what was removed from you or what may still be there.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I didn't know that was a Slavic practice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
They took it from a Mesopotamian practice, but yeah.
Where is Mesopotamia? Is that like the Mediterranean?
No, it was in
The Middle East?
The Middle East.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah,
That's
it was like pre what we talk about. Like it's like this one of the civilizations that came and went before what we usually
Persia?
talk about when we're talking about like the Norse and the stuff like that. Like Mesopotamia came before that.
Right.
Because like essentially all religion came out of the East and moved from the Far East over across the world.
So is it near where Persia
From
was?
the Zoroastrians. I would say it's near where Persia was. I am bad at geography. We say that a lot in season 1. We haven't said it nearly enough in season 2 to let any new listeners know, like, we ain't trying to talk out of our asses, but we don't know geography, y'all.
Well,
we do our best.
For the millennial listeners, when I hear Mesopotamia, I think of the alien from Fairly Odd Parents. He's from the planet Mesopotamia.
I totally forgot, because I love me some Fairly Odd Parents, like Cosmo and Wanda. Pink and green fairies. God damn. Timmy was so motherfucking lucky. He did not only have one Fairly Odd Parent, he had 2 Fairly Odd Parents, and then he had 2 fairy godparents.
I know.
Sorry, because his parents were fairly odd, like his regular parents, fairly odd.
So eggs have also been used as like offering for like a long time.
Oh yeah, well,
You
and
know
I
what
mean, they're super highly associated with fertility. So like
Right.
one thing that I read was that eggs like a lot of places, even to this day,
Uh-huh.
during plowing season, they'll break eggs on their plowing equipment and stuff before they till the earth as like an offering to the earth to ensure fertility and prosperity in their crops. So again, eggs, prosperity, yo, but really fertility magic. I mean, like,
Oh, absolutely.
we could do the
Like,
entire episode just talking about fertility magic with eggs because,
well, and there's
I mean,
lots
if
of
you don't
like,
get the association, I mean,
there's lots of wives' tales as well that go along with eggs. Like, for example, and this is true. This is not a wives' tale. This is true. Every fucking time that I have gotten pregnant, when I should take a pregnancy test, I have cracked an egg and gotten a double yolk. So much so, this has happened 3 times already. The first 2 times it happened, and then I got pregnant with Orion, and I cracked the fucking egg, and it was when that, happened, and my husband saw it was a double yolk, and he's like, motherfucker. Like, it has happened so many times.
knows.
He saw it, and he was like, son of a bitch.
right?
Like, and I took a test, I think.
And
I
then,
don't know if it was
and
that day
you
or
say
not.
that, and this is not fertility magic, but if you crack an egg and there's blood in the yolk, it's usually an omen of bad things to come.
Jeez, like, which came first? Haha.
The chicken or the egg?
No, seriously.
Seriously,
I don't know.
no.
Like, I'm very curious.
I feel like, honestly, it would be that the egg came first because it came from something that wasn't quite a chicken,
And then
but it
became
was a chicken that was in that egg because of whatever happened. Whether it was genealogically morphed or like these 2 things that somehow shouldn't be able to breed bred and made a chicken. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. We're not scientists. We're witches. This is Witches Talking Tarot, y'all.
Speaking
And
of
we are talking about egg magic.
eggs,
'Cause
did you ever
blessed
finish?
vernal equinox, y'all.
Did you ever finish the last Jurassic World movie?
I mean,
I
yeah.
want to ask you how it ends, but I don't know if I want to know. My husband and I have been wanting to
I
see that.
hated
movie.
it.
You did?
Okay.
Was it? Is it shitty?
I'm trying to remember. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I am a Jurassic Park girl, guys. I love dinosaurs. Oh my god. I was like 10 or 11 years old when the first Jurassic Park came out, and I'm like in the movie theater, and I'm a little asshole who won't wear my glasses, so I'm all like squinting at the screen, even though it's like big screen. I'm like, I want to see everything, so I gotta squint so I got detail. And like, my dad used to make me wear headbands because like, okay, I was like a chunky, pasty white kid, and I had like this straight ass, straight blonde hair, and I was really pale. Like, if you think this is pale, this is nothing. Like, I was candle white, y'all. And I had big bags under my eyes because I always had allergies. So I would like do this like before emo was a thing. This was the 90s. I used to like wear my hair like flat down in my face, and it drove my dad insane. So he forced me to wear headbands. So I always had to have a headband, and I'm like watching Jurassic Park, and I got this headband in my hands. And then, like, Samuel L. Jackson comes away with the arm, and I snap my favorite motherfucking headband, which happened to be alligator. Not real alligator, but it looked like alligator. But, like, the new ones, fuck Chris Pratt. Fuck you, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, damn it, Chris
Fuck
Pratt.
you,
Wait,
Chris
dude, he
Pratt.
used to be attractive, and then you find
He
out
was
he's
like
a
the
shit
only
person.
guy who doesn't look just like my husband that I was attracted to. You know how guilty it makes me feel to be attracted to people who look just like my husband? Like, what's the point? I can't help being attracted to them because they look like my husband, but also, like, if you look like my husband, like, I feel guilty.
And then, you know what? I do not feel guilty.
Because, like, my husband be hot.
Every
So-
time I'm attracted to someone that looks like my husband, I'm like, I ain't got no
have a
type.
I full well know I got a type. When I was younger, I was like Native American men and like Puerto Rican men and like any kind of Hispanic man I was attracted to. My husband is very dark for, his genealogical makeup. But anyway, I have a type. I know it. Anyway,
But
eggs,
on the topic of
fertility.
Jurassic Park, you know.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that last movie. That was the whole point of all of that. Yeah, like, I love the first 3 movies. Like, all the ones that got, like, that... I love the first 3, but, like, these ones with Chris Pratt. Fuck you, Chris Pratt.
You know
That
what?
was the whole point of that. I don't remember how this. I'm trying to remember how it ends. Like, and I vaguely.
Please
can,
don't tell me.
But it was
want
stupid.
to.
I was mad about it.
Damn it.
Everything that they did, I was mad about.
Well, you know,
it.
originally the concept was the hybrid was gonna be part human, part dinosaur, and then they scrapped that and was like, "Nah, that's too bad. B movie. We can't do that."
Thank you for not doing it.
God, I know. I feel
From
like it
the
would
bottom
ruin
of
it.
my
It
heart.
would ruin it. It would be too shitty.
That would be so creepy. Like, if they did it well, because now you could do it well if you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Like, can you imagine, like, the little person hybrid, like, like coming out the egg?
No, my favorite
And,
said
like,
it would look
B.D.
like
Wong
fucking...
is like, we've created life.
Fucking you!
As
Fuck
he
you,
pulls,
BD!
like, the little eggshells off, like, out of the first one, where that
Fuck
fucking
you, B.D.
velociraptor's
Wong.
being born, and Dr. Grant gets all shook because it's a fucking velociraptor.
I know.
You have velociraptors here? Are you guys insane?
They're like, we have
And-
like 5.
Right, and B.D. Wong's like, no big deal. And he's just pulling the eggshell off. And then, like, Dr. Grant is, like, entranced. But, like, yeah, fuck you, B.D. Wong. You used to be
BD,
good.
I loved you, and then
I
you
loved
turned out
you.
to be a bad
I loved you
guy.
back when you were on fucking Margaret Cho's show, okay? That's how long I loved you.
Dude, I loved
Most
you.
of the
He was
listeners
on-
probably are like, what are you talking about, Amber? Margaret Cho used to have a hilarious show. And I'm pretty sure B.D. Wong played her brother, possibly her gay brother.
I do love.
Not sure.
I do love BD though. He's in Law
I
and
do.
Order.
Yeah, he's
SVU,
great. Exactly.
Like,
And he was-
damn, but he's
he
a
was in
bad
Dinosaurs.
guy. He's a bad.
He was
guy.
a good guy in the first 3.
right?
He
like,
wasn't bad yet.
right? Like,
That's why I like the ones before Chris Pratt.
But you
his
have that,
bullshit
like,
ass.
iconic scene where
You
the
used to
egg
be
is
hot,
like
Chris.
hatching, and then you see the dinosaur eye, or it comes out.
Right?
It's like,
And then you hear Jeff Goldblum in the back of your head. Life finds a way.
because them stupid ass motherfuckers are like, oh, they're all girls, they won't breed. But let's just use a fucking frog DNA that
Right,
allows
that
them
allows them to just switch genders willy-nilly. It's like, may as well just have grabbed some ash tree DNA and
Right.
made them able to be unisex and do whatever, however they fucking wanted. Just gonna be
to. Sorry
back
to
and
get
forth.
off on that,
Yeah,
you guys.
anyway,
But you
love
said
dinosaurs.
You said,
Eggs.
well, you said that about the chicken, and I was thinking, you know, dinosaurs are. It's talked that they are
Mhm.
or that chickens and shit are like descended from dinosaurs or whatever, and that's where that got. That's where that went on.
Oh,
but-
I understood.
Okay, you
Yeah,
did get
I
that.
knew that,
Okay.
yeah. 100%. Maybe you guys didn't, but I knew where you were going with that because I was just reading about crocodiles and alligators yesterday when I was making those memes. Well, I didn't make the one, but I did make the other one, and I was thinking about making a different meme. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The whole point is I was learning more about the whole, like, birds, dinosaurs, whatever, connection, which I think is a great way to bring in protection. Eggs are very much associated with protection for lots of reasons.
Oh, it makes
Can you
total
imagine?
sense. I mean, it
Yeah.
makes so much sense because, like, other than people eating them, it protects, like,
Yeah, exactly.
The
it protects
baby.
the life within,
Yeah.
like the hard outer shell
and
of
it's
the egg.
perfect because it's like the way it's created is it's hard enough to protect them,
Mhm.
but it's also got like this type of material where it's thin enough that oxygen can get through.
Right.
you
There,
know?
it helps life go through the cycles, which we'll get to because, well, I mean, I guess that it's associated with life cycles in
Uh-huh.
magic as well. But like from a protection magic standpoint, like okay, so snakes come from eggs,
Right.
dinosaurs came from eggs, birds came from eggs. Have you ever like tried to get near like a wild bird's nest? Like they will dive.
Oh
on
my
your
god,
ass.
I saw the funniest ass meme where this guy, like, it was a TikTok, and he was really close to the fucking nest, and he's like, look, you see eggs in there? You see eggs in there? All of a sudden, there's this
Bird.
little ass bird,
Oh.
and it just, you see its face go right into the camera, and it was like
Bitch.
angry. It was literally like,
My baby.
and then you just
You
hear,
exploiting my children?
you just hear, ah! And he, like, takes-
Right? Well, and I mean, okay, so
Stupid
like,
ass.
now I wish I'd watched The Birds.
Oh,
Alfred
I love
Hitchcock's The Birds. I know, but it's like, if you think about it, like, protection magic associated with eggs, the things that hatch from eggs versus, like, okay, so, like, okay, we can get back to, like, we all come from eggs, right? Because, like,
We
mammals have an egg that's fertilized just like, you know, but so many things are born from eggs. like
Do you think that was like a
fish,
subconscious
eggs,
thing that
like
eggs had
fish,
to do
eggs.
with fertility? Like, of course, these things come from eggs, so and they bring forth certain babies. But do you think subconsciously the ancient humans knew, like, well, we have eggs of our own?
I don't
Or do you
know
think
if they
that's
knew that
not
we had
related?
eggs of our own,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that they understood that same association. Like, I think that they understood the egg
Mm-hmm.
was just like us being pregnant.
Right.
And if you think about a woman's belly a lot,
kinda looks like an egg.
It does kind of look like an egg as it grows with the thing inside. And I could see ancient humans that were not midwives
Uh-huh.
thinking that women did put eggs out because look at a
They
chicken.
just carried the eggs inside
Right.
them or something.
Right, because I mean, look at animals all over the world. Like fish, sharks, eels, snakes, frogs, toads, turtles, birds of all birds, every single bird.
Platypuses.
Platypus, does a platypus
yes.
lay an egg? It does?
A platypus is one of
the only mammals. Yeah,
that lays
okay,
eggs.
mammal. You're right.
Which
I
is
forgot
so
a platypus
weird
was
because
a
like
mammal.
platypuses are cute as fuck,
They
but like
are
I never would
adorable.
imagine them to lay an egg if you look at them because they're fuzzy.
I wouldn't imagine that they're like poisonous.
What? I
Their
forgot.
claws are poisonous.
Oh
yeah.
my god! What the fuck? Who
Yeah,
just
like
made
koalas are poisonous too. Like they got it. Look, they're cute. They can't be unprotected.
that? They are cute.
Eggs makes sense. I don't know, but anyway, along with the fact that eggs are associated with protection in magic, you can use eggshells, like chicken eggshells, to make protection powder. You can either dry them out naturally or dry them in the oven, and then you crush them up.
Yeah, I don't know how I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it starts with a C. Like the name of that type of protection powder starts with a C, and I'm not sure what it's called.
I know
you
of
might
it as
have to look
protection
it up.
powder. Yeah, I just know of it as protection powder. It's my favorite. It's my favorite for protection. I think you guys have heard me talk about it. At least if nothing else, I know I talk about it in the protection, but not for breaking your bones episode from season 1. I like that one. But yeah, because like protection magic is great.
Cascarilla or something like that. What is that? How's that?
Cascarilla eggshell powder. I think that's for cooking. Is that not for cooking?
No. This is for protection and cleansing. This is just what it's called, like as a whole. Cascarilla or something like that. Like 100%.
Cascarilla. Is that like in what language is that?
I don't know. Let me look it up.
Cascarilla. It's a beautiful word.
It is beautiful. It is. I don't know where it originates from. And I'm sorry, guys. I guess I should have done this research before. Egg shell. Okay. Oh, you can buy it. You can buy it, but I don't know. I think it's more magical when you do it yourself.
Well, yeah, because like I personally, when I'm grinding it up, I grind in the intentions of protection and protecting my home.
Absolutely.
I like to put protection powder like outside my front door and stuff. Also, like if you're using protection powder instead of salt to protect your home's boundaries, it's great for the earth. You're literally fertilizing the earth
because it has so much calcium in it.
Yeah,
I think this is just what eggshell powder is called. I don't know if it's necessarily like a spiritual thing or not, but from what I'm understanding is this is just what powdered eggshell is called.
Well, and as far as I know, you can eat powdered eggshell.
Oh yeah, you can add it to your.
It adds calcium.
You can add it to your smoothies. You can definitely eat it. But I would add it if I was going to ingest it to a smoothie for like an added boost of calcium. That's the only way I think I would eat eggshell, if I'm being honest with you. But adding it to your garden is great. Just sprinkle it right on top.
I'm trying to figure out how I feel about eating it because like the way it's powdered, like probably wouldn't notice it in a smoothie. But if I knew it was there, would I be able to tell? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
you probably put it in this. Well, I don't know if you can cook it or not, or if that affects it.
I wonder. I wonder. Huh. Something I've never thought about, but that happens on these episodes all the time, doesn't
no, really,
it, guys?
it does. It really does.
It does. Like, I never thought about it. But eggs are totally associated with life cycles, like 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, and transformation as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you know, they're associated not just with, like, because you start out in the egg and you develop in the egg and then you hatch into a creature out of the egg fully developed, right? And there's a ton of myths that have to do with eggs. And then there's creation myths.
Check out our next episode.
Yeah, that's true. And
I
there's
know, I'm
creation-
struggling not to go off
Well,
and
then
talk
that's
about
happened,
it.
yeah.
I know, I'm like, oh, by the way.
But like I know in Norse creationism, there's an egg involved. There's like Chinese creationism,
a
that
Japanese,
has,
Egyptian,
right, they've got
and
cosmic
Greek.
eggs,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Where essentially like cosmic egg being like the world is kind of the yolk, right, the thriving living part, and then the shell is kind of everything that encapsulates our universe.
So, what's your favorite part to eat of the egg?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so like
I do like yolk, but it's like the worst part for you. But I do like me some yolk.
So when I was a kid, for whatever reason, I apparently didn't like the yolk.
Really?
So I only ate egg whites as a child. Like, I was a weird... Like, I apparently... It's a memory I unlocked that I had totally forgotten about. But I didn't like milk growing up. Okay?
Oh, I don't like
Did not
milk.
like milk.
Yeah,
I still don't. There was a period of time where I would drink milk over ice. Like, it's the only way I can stomach it. Only way I can stomach it. It's got to be ice cold.
Because it's got to be so cold you can't taste
right,
it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to drink it fast. The ice can't melt into it. I can't drink watered down milk. Oh, no. Anyway, so like, at one point, my mother put cranberry juice in my cereal for me.
Ew, what the fuck?
I have no idea.
Weird.
Like, my mom reminded me of that, and I was like, did I want that, or did you just do that? Because, like, I'd be happy with cereal and cranberry juice on the side. Did you not think of that, Mom?
That reminds me of Friday
Like-
when he's like, we ain't got no milk, but we got fucking cereal. And they're like, use water. No, fuck that, I'm not using water.
Like, I am not making fun of my mom. Don't get me wrong, guys. Like, I probably, as a small child, was like, put cranberry juice in it, because I loved cranberry juice.
Some people do that with orange juice. I think it's gross.
Yeah.
Gross is all good.
I had forgotten that I did that with cranberry juice. Like, let's be clear, guys. And my mom told me that, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that is
You
weird.
said that shit to me? Okay, so that said, as an adult, I discovered that I love a nice egg over easy, egg over medium. The white has to be fully motherfucking cooked.
Right.
If any of that shit is snotty and runny, I'm out. It's nasty. But I like some yolk that's runny. You can put your toast in it, and it's good. Back when I could still eat meat, dip my meat in it, eat it.
Spam.
Yeah, can't eat it
But,
anymore.
on the
now
topic.
I love scrambled eggs with cheese.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so, like-
oh, hell yeah. That shit's so good. Theodore
Yeah.
loves it, too.
So what were you going to say on the topic of?
I was going to say on the topic of, like, eggs, because it is Ostara, so a good way to celebrate Ostara and incorporate eggs into your practice is to use it for recipes. I mean, shit, we got quote-unquote Easter eggs or Ostara eggs, which you can dye naturally with the skin of onions, like purple onions.
Blueberries and beets. They can be used to make, like, purpley and red
Right.
colors.
I'm sure you
Onions
could use,
can
I think you
yellow
could use,
and
like,
red.
turmeric tea.
You can use turmeric to make them yellow.
Yeah,
you absolutely
you
can. You can use spinach for green. You can use pine needles for green.
Ooh.
All of these things are still safe for eating. Now, if you do use onion skins, do not feed those eggs to dogs.
Oh, okay.
Dogs can't have onion. So, like, one thing that I noticed when I did that with onion skins and I ate the eggs, it had a very oniony effect on me.
Did it? Did it have a flavor?
It didn't so much have a flavor because it was just the skins, but I may have some natural burping reaction to onion, and that might have happened more when I ate those eggs than it did with other eggs. So there's all sorts of different ways. Look it up. Look up safe ways of naturally dyeing your eggs, because I'm pretty sure you still use vinegar when you use natural natural things to dye your eggs.
When is St. Patrick's Day?
March 17th.
Okay. So we're coming up on St. Patty's Day, I guess.
This goes out after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I was gonna say let's add some pickled eggs to the list because in all seriousness,
add some pickled eggs to the list.
No,
anyway.
Seriously. First of all, pickled eggs are fucking delicious.
Plus vinegar.
If you want to make them, that's what I was gonna say. If you want to make them yourself, let's add garlic. You want a little bit of spice. We got some red pepper flakes. You want to add some dill. This is all great for banishing
and the egg itself is
anti-hex.
protection.
Egg itself is protection, exactly. So we've got some kitchen witchery into
Yes, and exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I want to do some kitchen witchery because eggs, right? So like eggs can be used for not only like if you're trying to get fertility in your life, whether it's your body because you want a baby or into your life because you want abundance and prosperity. Eggs are a great way to draw that in. I also personally like to think of eggs as a binder to hold all your shit for your spell together. But also, it's great for protection.
Was there eggs in that like Bennett thing that you made? Was there eggs?
In the oat thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an egg in that.
Cause that shit was so good, Amber.
Yeah, it fucking was. I meant to make another one before the boys left. Yeah, I would make another one. I would say that would be like an Ostara.
Yeah,
I think the lemon lavender would be great for Ostara. Honestly, the orange and rosemary probably great for Ostara too.
That's what I was thinking.
I mean, but like eggs in general are great for Ostara. Like we talked about egg salad recipes last time. People pretty much loved that shit.
So around Ostara, are we going to be seeing tomatoes or no?
I don't think they're going to be blooming yet.
Okay, I don't know anything about, like, the tomatoes, but I was going to say there's this recipe, and I think it's either Hungarian, maybe it's Slavic, I don't know, I guess I could look it up, but it's, like, eggs in purgatory, and it's eggs in tomatoes.
Oh.
It's, like, eggs in a tomato.
I've seen recipes with it interests me. I don't know why.
I would try it. I just don't know what it is. It's called Eggs in Purgatory, and it's basically baked eggs representing souls, and the tomato sauce surrounding them represents purgatory. The big idea being that the souls are suspended between heaven and hell. It's Italian, actually, so it's Mediterranean.
That's so sad.
It is sad as fuck, but you dip, like, toast in it. It's supposed to be good as shit. It's like... I would absolutely try this.
Yeah.
So it's a I would say it's like a spiritual thing then. I don't know if it's
personally, I don't know, like I personally can see any egg dish being spiritual because of so many magical properties and like the whole like life is associated with eggs. Creation of our worlds are associated with eggs. Absolutely. So like I don't know. I love, dyeing eggs for Ostara and then making a sustaining meal out of it. Like, I love me an egg salad sandwich. I love paprika in my egg salad.
Sorry, that was my meal when I was pregnant with Orion.
Mm-hmm. Egg salad made with Miracle Whip and paprika is some bomb-ass shit.
I'm pretty sure I messaged you when I made that egg sandwich. I made an egg sandwich because I was so hungry when I was pregnant with Orion. Before I took a pregnancy test, I said, Amber, oh my God, this was the best egg salad I've ever had. And then I remember being like, this should not taste this good.
Right.
Something's wrong. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I remember that. I fucking do. But also, like, it's kind of fucking perfect. Like...
Eggs, again, with my pregnancy.
Yeah, eggs and fertility.
Well, and you know what? I am going to share this. I'm going to be vulnerable for a little bit, so if you guys are still in here during our egg conversation. When I had my first pregnancy, which was a loss, I went outside, and I was walking to my grandparents' house because I lived next door, and I saw a egg on the ground, and it was cold, and it was blue, so it was like a blue egg or whatever. And I knew in my heart, I was like, this is not a good sign. I was like, this is a warning. This is a warning. And I took it and I put it by a tree. And I told my husband that day, I was like, listen, this happened to me. I just have a really bad feeling about this. I feel like the ancestors are trying to tell me something. And of course, him being a non-believer was like,
Wendella people.
I know, right? He was like, no, that's probably not what it is. It's just your imagination, and you're just nervous, and you're letting this run amok. And no, I still to this day believe that was my sign. You know, that
Yeah.
was my sign.
No, and eggs are used in divination magic a lot.
Well, for me, like with every pregnancy, it always has something to do with eggs. Either it's the double yolk, or finding a sad egg, or a
Right.
dead egg,
Yeah.
or egg salad, apparently.
Right? Well, and if you think about it, like, think about how many horror movies there's an egg that they crack it open and either there's blood in the yolk or there's a half-formed thing inside, and, like, it's an omen of things to come later in that scary movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, eggs are omens. Yeah.
They absolutely are,
They
bringing
are.
in the pop culture.
Yeah,
House of
think about-
Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna mention House of Dragon.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
glad you did.
there was an omen. Yeah. Okay. So there was an omen. Later on, has not been shown in the show as of right now, but one of the traditions of the Targaryens is to put a dragon's egg with a baby in the cradle, and that's the bond of the
Right,
you know.
yeah, I remember that.
Well, when the dragons were going extinct, they started producing malnourished, strange, deformed eggs. And I think one of the first, if not the first, was a person, I can't remember his name, a king, put an egg with his child. The egg hatched, and it was a fucking worm. No legs, no wings. It was a giant, like, snake, and it bit the baby.
Oh, shit.
And that was an omen of the dragons.
Turning on them, or...
I think it was like them turning on them, but also there's something wrong. This is the first deformed, like, really fucked up dragon.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
it was the downfall of the relationship between the Targaryens and the dragons.
Well, and if you think about, like, okay, so in different spells that you see portrayed on TV, right? So, like, in Coven, American Horror Story, when Cordelia and her husband are trying to get pregnant, remember there's, like, the eggs that hatches the snake from it or
Right.
something, and, like, an egg opens and, like, blood comes out, and then, like, we can take it funny, and Robin Hood, Prince of Tights, the chick is like, it's Tracy Ullman plays a fucking witch. That's right, I forgot. And she's like opening eggs and like mixing them up. And like in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the witch is divining something for the Sheriff of Nottingham, and she opens up. And there's
Oh
an
my
egg with
god,
blood.
I hate that shit. That made me cringe. Okay, you said Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I thought you were talking about like the Man of Tights or something.
Robin Hood, Prince of Tights.
No. It's like Robin Hood
Men in Tights. Yeah.
That's what I thought. No, I fucking
I started
hate
off with
part.
that one, and then I moved on to
'Cause,
the
he,
other
like-
one because I couldn't remember if there was blood in the egg with Tracy Ullman, but I knew in the real like
With,
what they weren't making fun of.
What's his name? Alan Rickman, R.I.P.
Mhm.
Love you. But
God,
that
no.
shit was nasty.
Alan Rickman, not as the Sheriff of Nottingham. You were disgusting, and you tried to
You
rape
were
her.
really rude. Dude.
Sorry, I used the R word, but like y'all seen the movie, you know what happened.
I love that
Poor
movie.
Maid Marian. I love that movie.
I
I love that movie because Maid Marian from that movie
Kevin Costner is cute.
in fucking God, that movie with the water thing. God, Kevin Costner is
yeah,
cute.
he's great.
Carrie Elwes is cuter. Sorry, I
Morgan
love
Freeman's in it,
Men
too.
in Tights. Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
it's a great movie.
A sneeze. Sorry, I'm still Men in Tights. Sorry, I do love me some Mel Brooks movies, man.
I
I do love
like
Mel
Kevin
Brooks.
Costner's movies. I mean,
Yeah.
he's great in Robin Hood. He's great in Waterworld. Have you ever seen that?
I have, but it's not one I saw a lot. The Kevin Costner movie that I saw the most, he was like a criminal that had like a kid with him. Like, he kind of kidnapped the kid. Kind of low key. It was a 90s movie, so like,
I'm,
shit
like, doing
happened like that
this.
to us back then. Like,
It was
people
no
just
big
be
deal.
taking you off. Yeah, like, you know, you just disappear with this drifter, like, nobody notices for weeks. It's whatever.
Dude, Dances with Wolves.
Oh,
Bro.
I fucked with Corey. He was asleep, and like I just felt like watching Dances with Wolves, but not really because I was going to get in the shower, so I like put it on, and he woke up to Dances with Wolves on, and he was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?"
It's actually
it was like straight up in the middle. I've seen it.
It's
just
sad.
not.
It's.
I like
love
Last of the Mohicans more than I like Dances with Wolves. Not because of Daniel Day-Lewis over Kevin Costner by any means. I was just more interested in the plot. And what's her face from Last of the Mohicans? I liked her way better than the chick from Dances with Wolves. Hate that bitch.
My husband watched Dances with Wolves for the first time with me, and when they showed the woman, he was like, "What the fuck? That bitch is white. She is not Native American."
Well,
I was like, "She isn't. She
she's
like
not.
it hadn't got to the point where it said that she wasn't, but he was like, "I know this is a joke," and I was like, "Just watch, dude. She's not even Native."
Well, and it's funny because I was so hardcore making fun of her when the last time I watched it. I kind of felt bad where she's like, "I can't talk. I don't know that," and like the chief's like, "Yes, you do," and she's like, "No, and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, you whiny bitch. You're just too nervous to talk to Kevin Costner. It's
because
okay."
he's attractive as hell.
Yeah, he is hot as fuck.
Damn.
Wow.
But in all seriousness,
He be rocking that little mustachy thing.
I know. Oh God, I do hate.
Yeah,
but
anyway,
killed his
I don't know. I don't like
horse,
that.
And they killed. I don't know if they killed the
Sad.
wolf or not, but like, fuck that shit. Fuck it. Anyway, I'd rather watch Avatar. Same basic concept.
I'd rather, if I want to watch a Western, Bad Girls. Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah, you had told
Bad
me about
Girls.
that.
God, I love Bad Girls. I love
Excuse
that
me,
movie.
I don't watch westerns often.
I don't either. No.
I don't.
Dude, now we have this little like antenna on the TV, and Corey gets like the local channel thingies that you can like scroll through or whatever. And he's like, Grit. He just leaves it on Grit because he likes westerns, and I'm like, this is awful.
I'm like, wait, note to self.
Fucking awful.
Note to self, look up Western romance novels.
I'm
sure there
Bad
are
Girls.
plenty. Like, I'm sure there are plenty.
Bad Girls. Yeah, I love that movie. Sorry, guys. There aren't many westerns that Amber is into, but Bad Girls was fucking one of them because
I guess Wild Wild
it had
West
like Mary Stuart Masterson. It had Dermot Mulroney and Dylan McDermott. I'm pretty sure, and it had like two other kind of hot guys from the '90s, and it had damn, I can't remember her name, but she was all like super like hard ass. And then anyway, like great cast. Has nothing to do with eggs. Sorry, coming back from the westerns.
Well, I was diving back into
my
westerns.
bad.
So
Okay,
because,
sorry.
Back to the Future 3 count.
Oh god damn! I love that movie. It's my favorite one.
I love the Irish guy.
Judges me.
The Irish guy. Hey McFly. Like, I love how every single one. It's always
a thing.
Hey McFly.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know?
But
yeah,
I
makes
imagine
fun of me because that's my favorite one of those movies.
The Old West would be really dirty. Maybe?
I love the Old West.
Like, do you think it'd be dirty? Like,
yes.
Maybe
that's where we get the term whore's bath. I'm pretty sure, but that's all right. I love the Old West. Like, I got a free souvenir coin at an Old West place out in Colorado the first time I went back in 2017. Because I was like, oh my god, I'm in the Wild West. I get to see a ghost town. Oh my fucking god, there's horses everywhere. And like there's the penny machines where they like play the music and the shit. And oh my god. And I was so excited. And the lady was like, bitch, you're like 35. Like, what? Actually, I was a little bit younger than that, but whatever. She was like, I have never seen anybody this excited to be here. So she gave me a free souvenir coin. And then Corey burnt incense on it, and I'm still mad about that.
Oh no, that's
I still have the coin, but like he's got a burn circle right in the middle because Corey burnt incense on him like he was an incense burner, not a souvenir coin from the Wild West Museum where the lady was being a bitch. So you know what I did? You want to know what I did? This lady that like got in front of all the little exhibits. Corey and I went and put a corner in every single one of the self-playing machines. And then left the building because that lady was being a bitch, so I was being a bitch back. It was so loud. You could hear it out in the main building when we were leaving.
Man, I want to go to a Wild West thing. I've never been. I don't think the Silver Dollar City counts.
No. Well, and this wasn't even like It wasn't what I wanted. It was like all recreations. But like they had the machines, they were like original restored ones.
Man, if
But,
I
like,
could go
when
to
we're, like-
Westworld, that'd be
Oh
cool.
hell yeah!
Like,
But
have you
like they
seen
had
that?
like I have. I haven't seen the whole series, but I've seen at least the first 2 seasons. But like they had these rooms like you could walk up to, and there's like glass over it, and you could see like the lady's sitting table where she would have done her hair and
Right.
shit like that. And that's where the lady was being a bitch and like blocking the view. And I was like, no ma'am, because every time I'd go to another one, she just kind of stay in front of me and block my view. So that's when I was like, all right, Corey, we're leaving, but first. And I went and I played every single one of those things, which were loud on their own. And the building was probably the size of my garage, including the studio.
Uh-huh.
And so, like, all the stuff you could see is, like, outside of what would be those boundaries, right? But it's this small of an area. And there were 4 of those machines in there that I started playing all at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Because fuck that lady. Don't fucking piss me off when I have paid good money for something. Even, especially when it's like not exactly what I wanted, and this is the most historical part of the thing because it's got like actual old ass brushes from there, not like the recreations from the other room. So like this is what I wanted to see, because what I wanted to see was like a ghost town that you get to walk around in, but I don't think those really exist anymore.
No.
I'm not sure. But Kevin Costner actually does own some crazy shit out west.
Dude,
like, to
I
do
haven't
with, like,
seen
you
Yellowstone.
can like walk through it and it's like set up like Dances with Wolves or some bullshit.
Nice. And I haven't seen Yellowstone, but I really want to.
The show?
Yeah.
No, I have not. I have not seen
It's got
that.
Kevin Costner in it. I don't know if it's considered Wild West or not, but like he owns like a ranch. Apparently there's this really sexy guy in it. Like,
Really sexy older Josh Brolin is in this show on
Is that-
Amazon
what's
that's
his
about
name?
the West. It's called Outer something. I don't know, but he owns a ranch and he be fine.
Dude,
And
every
he's-
time I
he's
hear
married
ranch
to
though,
Lily
I just think
Thomas,
of ranch dressing.
Ugh.
I guess I'm a fat bitch.
Dude,
Like,
I guess because I'm from Texas, you know, I think horses every time I think ranch.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Midwest. Can you? Oh my god, I did it again. But anyway, it's
Excuse me.
supposedly really good, and like he's like,
I am just not into westerns. I did like Westworld.
I loved Westworld. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck the people.
Fuck the people.
Team Robot.
Team
There was
Robot.
literally,
Aside
like-
from, did y'all not learn from Terminator? We do
Right.
not need AI people.
Well, it talked about how
learn from the movies.
it talked about how expensive it was, and it was like $40,000 a night to go to Westworld. I wish. So it's only for really rich people.
That's despicable.
But
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
I mean, it makes sense. It's great.
Yeah.
But like, there was one scene where they had the like, I think they were the horror robots out, and they're like, people are fucking disgusting. Like, and I love the concept of Westworld, but at the same time, you can't give somebody a gun and be like, here you go, do whatever the fuck you want. They're robots. They're not gonna care.
Right. It's just despicable.
What
It really
people-
is.
I mean, it is
despicable.
the first
oh,
in the first
God.
season. The first episode
said-
really disgusted me.
Yeah, I
It's
told Corey I
disgusting.
wanted to watch it again, and he's like, no.
I want to watch it. I do.
I want to watch it because like we didn't finish it. I
Right,
I
we
want to
didn't
start
finish
from the
it either.
beginning.
We got to
And
season
yeah, because
one.
like I haven't watched it for a couple of years.
It's just
I watched the
people are
first 2
gross.
seasons. Right. People
And
are
that's
gross.
why I'm like,
And
fuck
Corey
the
doesn't wanna
people,
watch
Team
that.
Robot.
But like you'll watch UFC fighting, you fucking holier than thou bastard.
To be fair, HBO has a fan is a fan of the R word, and that's part of why I don't want to watch Westworld. I do, but I don't because
Yeah,
of that. You know,
there is so
and they
much
are.
of that, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense
But then
because they're
I mean-
fucking robots, so they're
right.
just like, oh, it
you
doesn't
can
matter.
just do whatever you want to them. Like they're not a real person
But you gotta be a fucking psychopath.
to want to do those things to a
I
real person
know.
or something that's
Right.
like a real person.
Like a real person.
Yeah, because like they're warm like people. Yeah. Anyway,
it's crazy.
But
It's
you know
a
what?
great show, though.
it
Check
is a great
out.
show. I can't think of any show where like eggs are super centric
Other than
se.
Jurassic Park.
Right.
But
yeah,
like, seriously.
But, like, yeah. I do love me some eggs. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, like, Guys, I have eggs all over my house.
I
I've
guess water
collected them.
horse. Water horse would be one because he's got to protect the egg and then it hatches
Okay,
into a water
okay.
horse,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Magic.
But like I just love eggs. That's why I was like I would love to do an episode on egg magic. I collect eggs. It's a very Slavic thing. Mama D from Petals of Support and I were talking about decorating eggs with her Slavic grandmother when we were on the episode with her. It aired back in January, so if you didn't check that out, you should definitely check out us with Mama D on Petals of Support, which hopefully we'll get back to finishing that one day, getting with her again, because that was a lot of fun.
Yes.
And you know, like it's super huge in the Slavic world, but also in other parts of the world. But like you've heard of Fabergé eggs, that's from Russia. Pysanki eggs is from Ukraine. It's Poland has their own version of doing the eggs. Actually, for Mother's Day during COVID, I got my mother some goose eggs that were traditionally decorated in Poland. And
Yeah, you had said
yeah,
that.
like it's real intricate stuff. Like like Pysanki is doing it with wax and dye. Fabergé is like crazy. If you don't know what it is, look it up. They're gorgeous things. But like the whole act of dyeing Easter eggs, that definitely comes from, you know, that part of the world, and I am thankful for it because I think it is my favorite thing about Ostara. And possibly also the fact that I grew up with eggs all over my house might be why Ostara is one of my favorites. But really, like, eggs are just great.
And they taste good.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, they're the one of the only proteins I can still eat. I like love eggs. I could go on about them, but at the same time, I can't think of anything new to say.
Right.
Do you think did we miss anything with egg magic, guys? Let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. And then afterwards, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're getting so close to our goal of 100 subscribers on YouTube.
And if you'd like to see more of us, check us out on Instagram at Witches Talking Tarot, and we're also on Twitter at Classiest Witches.
Yes, and we're on Facebook at Witches Talking Tarot. And if you would like to book your own specialized tarot reading for our next episode, email us at witchestalkingtarot@gmail.com. And hi, Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
If you want to be a patron like Melissa, you can check us out on Patreon.
All right. Thanks for sitting with us for a spell.